What's good, boys? This is how I made 2.2K day trading NASDAQ this morning. I de-risked a little bit, as you guys can see, and I only was able to hit one take profit. And unfortunately, I was stopped out at break even on the second trade, as you guys can see right here. I mean, just like lost $200. But we were able to hit one take profit. So with that being said, let's jump in to the trade that I took for the day. And again, unfortunately, you can see take profit one was hit and then boom, stopped out at break even. All of our other take profits would have been hit. I'm AI with the braids. Okay, so today we had PPI news data. However, I didn't trade yesterday because we had CPI news data. Let's look at the difference of the PPI news data candle. Okay, if we just go to the 15-minute. Where was PPI news data? I literally can't even tell on the 15-minute. It's right here, okay? 8:30. Okay, and then if we go over to CPI, where was the CPI news data candle? Take a wild guess out of all the candles on this chart. Yup, you're looking at it. The biggest dick of them all. The biggest candlestick down. Boom. So when CPI makes such a drastic move like this, I'm not willing to trade, which is why I didn't trade yesterday. But when PPI makes a move like this, I'm willing to trade because we give the market literally a full hour to develop, make its freaking move. And then from there, like, we had a baby-ass news move, and then market can still develop for an hour, and then market opens, and we're ready to go. So with that in mind, let's go into how I found my bias. So we start off on the 4-hour time frame. We have these 4-hour highs up here. We also have these 4-hour lows down here. And those were really the only 4-hour confluences on the high time frame that I saw. Now moving down, we also had these hourly lows, and then we actually formed hourly highs up here after that 9 a.m. hourly candle closure. We also had this hourly imbalance right here, and then we also had these hourly highs up here. And as you can see, price actually went up and hit both of those. Unfortunately, we were not able to take advantage of that, okay? So with that in mind, what do? We scale down to the 5-minute time frame. We wait for price to open. During pre-market, we already took out these hourly lows, but I was still willing to consider these because during pre-market, we weren't like just hovering underneath these lows for a while. It's like this 5-minute candle swept pre-market, and then we still had the opportunity to give a reaction. The times when I'm not willing to consider a pre-market liquidity sweep or a pre-market imbalance is when we've interacted with that level over and over and over again for a long amount of time to the point where it's like, okay, price should have made a move out of it. Versus this, it's like, boom, liquidity was swept 5 minutes before market opened, and we haven't even given price the opportunity to make a move out of it, and we can see clearly that that was a valid liquidity sweep. So we see price get swept. Okay, we do get a candle up. Awesome. We get the 5-minute retrace. Awesome. We actually got a 5-minute SMT divergence off of the liquidity sweep, and we can go over and look at ES. We can see 5-minute divergence. ES didn't end up sweeping any hourly liquidity, so I completely disregarded ES for the day. Also, ES's 1-minute price action going into market open was not nearly as clean as NASDAQ's. We can see this literally looks like barcode versus on NASDAQ. It was a bit cleaner. We were actually forming smooth and solid candlesticks. From there, after we saw that 5-minute retrace and seen the 5-minute SMT, I was willing to scale down into the 1-minute time frame. We get a 1-minute break of structure right here at around 9:43, and then boom, plain and simple, we get a retrace into this breaker block. This is actually one of the few times that I've taken trades off of breaker blocks, but it worked out very well with this. Okay, we get a move down in the breaker block. We get bullish confirmation out of it. I enter. I put my stop loss underneath where my trade would be invalidated, which was underneath the breaker block. We move around for a little bit. In reality, I probably shouldn't have set take profits right here. I just kind of saw like, hey, low resistance liquidity, low resistance liquidity, low resistance liquidity. I probably could have just rode it all the way out to these highs up here. But I guess you could say I got a little fucking scared. Anyways, news, we had medium impact news that came out at 10, so we can see that this was a pretty volatile news candle. Almost got stopped out, didn't end up happening. And then following that, literally the very next candle, we hit first take profit, and then unfortunately on the next candlestick, I had moved my stop loss to break even, and we end up breaking even. I even told the kick stream that I think that we were going to come up and still hit these highs, but I stuck to my freaking plan. We hit take profit 1. I moved the rest of my stop loss to break even, and in turn had a much smaller day than I could have, but there's no reason to cry over freaking profits that, oh, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Suck my fucking dick. Why don't you? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, bounced on that booty, okay? We don't need that shit. I made $2,000. I got to be thankful for that, and I am thankful for that. And yeah, that's how I went about trading NASDAQ. We can go over ES now. ES, we had a similar game plan. I was also favoring the bullish side due to these hourly equal highs on ES during pre-market. We made equal highs on this hourly candle and this hourly high right here, dead even highs right here. And as you guys know, when we have equal highs and equal lows, especially on high time frames, even still same thing applies to low time frames, but especially on high time frames, that's a super strong draw on liquidity, and more often than not, we are going to want to take those out. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, bet, we're definitely going to want to take out these highs today. And we had these hourly lows. We had 4-hour lows down here. We had 4-hour highs up here, but we didn't even get a sweep until pushing up above these highs. But by then, the NASDAQ entry had already happened. But we were able to use ES as some sort of confluence with our 5-minute SMT. Made sure to talk about that in the kick stream. If you guys don't watch my kick streams, you guys should. I go live every single trading day at 9 a.m. Eastern time and pretty much talk out all of these confluences live in front of you. And on top of that, if you guys want a full month-long, full me explaining all technical analysis, every single confluence that I take or learn how to trade, and also on top of that, the strategy that I trade, you guys can join the Mastermind 5.0. It's going to be the last Mastermind that I do. So if you guys want to join that, there's going to be a little link in the description where you guys can check that out. There's also going to be a link in the description where you guys can follow the kick streams, where if you guys just want to take advantage of the free content. So with that being said, I love and appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys not on Monday, but on Tuesday, because Monday is a bank holiday. Shout out, or not shout out, Christopher Columbus. Didn't he go to little Indian villages and take advantage of the women there? I do not fuck with that at all. Oh yeah, no, it's called National Indigenous Peoples Day now, not Christopher Columbus Day. Fuck Columbus. Shout out and respect to the National Native Indigenous Peoples Day. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Much love. Peace out.